Hey, on Gold Takes Redneck here. So this video, I'm gonna do a video version of what I said I was gonna do a live stream over today because I realized if I did a live stream, this video won't be good enough for a live stream. Like when I do a live stream, I kind of want it to last at least an hour or at least 30 minutes, you know. But a little 10-minute video would be better for that. But actually, what I'll do is I'll do the live stream and show y'all what I got in this video. I'll just explain it. Okay, so yeah, the live stream will be out later this evening, so yeah. Anyway, this is the video version of fishing, when you need to go fishing on a budget. So, lots of people think, you gotta spend 50 bucks on a rod and reel combo, And I'm gonna take crappie fishing, for example, on this. Lots of people I've seen go spend 50 bucks on something like that for something with 10-pound line. Something for like a 10-pound fish, I mean, that's what I like to go for crappie fishing. So just in case you hook up with a bass or something, you can be prepared. But yeah. But I'm just gonna take Abu Garcia brand as the expensive brand and Zebco as the cheap brand. You can go to Walmart and get the same kind of rod. Around Walmart, like a 10-pound Abu Garcia, which is like, let's say 50 bucks at Bass Pro Shop, when you can go to Walmart and get a $10 Zebco that'll do just the same or better. You just save 40 bucks right there. Bait wise, you don't gotta get the name brand baits, you can just get the simple little dollar Walmart brand crappie jigs versus KVD brand or something like that, Rapala, you don't need to get that versus what you can find that's $1 too cheaper, and it'll work just as good. Just as good. And yeah, man, trust me, you'll catch just as many fish as you would with the expensive stuff. So it'll make more sense to use the cheaper stuff, buy the cheaper stuff, save some money. But yeah, also, well, that's just a quick explanation of it. Like I said, my personal favorite for small rods is the Zebco Slingshot. You can get it at Walmart for about 10 bucks. And that's where I like to go crappie fishing with. And it's 10 pounds. So like I said, you were to hook up with a bass by any chance, you'll be prepared. It'll still bring in a decent sized bass. But it's not the most sturdy rod. But, you don't need that when you're crappie fishing. Then crappie ain't hard fighters. But you don't want something that's completely heavy, because they have thin lips and they'll rip off real easily if you're not careful. So you need something that's real flexible. But yeah. Yeah, same with like fillet knives and pliers. Keep in mind also, if you see pliers in the fishing department, like at Walmart, you might want to go check out the hardware department, because I got them in the hardware department, and you might find them cheaper there in the hardware department. So always check that out too. Fillet knives, well, knives in general, you can just go to Walmart, look in the case, they got some good knives in here. Let me see if I got one of mine near me. I need to chance this one right here, this is the knives I like to use on bigger fish, clean them up. Got that knife for about 20 bucks at Walmart. It's a deer knife, but hey, it was just good with big catfish and all that. Hang on real quick. I got a little flip blade knife here. This is more just a flip blade pocket knife, but this works great with small panfish. Because for a lot of panfish, you don't need anything huge, but this is perfect. This will do the job just perfectly for that. Pliers, like I said, you really don't need to spend 20 bucks on a pair of needle nose pliers. Hell, even what I would recommend is get a dang multi-tool. You can get one of those in the case at Walmart like mine. I can't find mine at the moment, but when I do, I'll show y'all. But I got mine. It's a Mossy Oak. It's black. I got it for about 10 bucks, and it's got pliers on it, plus a knife, saw, you name it. Screwdrivers, and yeah. But you can have that handy, so in case you need a quick repair on whatever else you have with you. Yeah. But yeah, let me think. Anything else? flashlight. You can get a little dollar LED flashlight at Walmart. You probably won't need it, but you know, it's good to have it on you just in case. Um, First aid kit, you know, you ain't got to get the big one. What I would recommend doing is do what I do and go into the camping section, and they got a little bitty emergency one that I like to have with me, and that's nice to have, you know, has band-aids and all that, you know, and it fits in your tackle box real easily, so yeah. Tackle box, actually, that's the one I was going to talk about earlier. Um, you don't got to get the biggest and the best you can find, you know. That's just, if you're going strictly going crappie fishing, you don't need to bring catfish gear, bass gear. I mean, what I would say is grab a little handful of each and get your small tackle box and organize it into that tackle box, you know, and then bring you a couple rods and boom. And another great thing to do is if you can get a telescopic rod, that'll save space when you're going to unknown bodies of water and territories, and you're trying to figure out what's in these waters, you know, because that'll catch all your small panfish and all that, and it's easily able to be stored. So that's something I would recommend. Yeah, but let me think. Is there anything else? Maybe if you want a chair to sit in, you know, like I said, you ain't got to get the biggest and best, you know. I can say that about anything in this video, you know. But you don't want to get the cheapest one you can find that's just gonna fold up while you're sitting in it. Yeah. Um, but also keep in mind, people, when you go out, before you just go buying the cheapest shit you can find, make sure it actually works, you know. But I mean, there's some things I can tell you that it works, but you know, it's one of those things, you know, just because it's cheap doesn't always mean it's just as good as the expensive stuff. Because I mean, I've had that happen to me. You know, for the most part, that's not the case, but it does happen. It does happen sometimes, you know. Bobbers. I remember one story. I just bought the cheapest bobbers I could find. Those things were such thin plastic. You pull them on the water, they freaking break. But yeah. But I don't even think that brand is made anymore. Cause that last time I bought that brand, I was like 6 or 7. So that's the last time I ever saw them in the store too. So yeah. But you know, it's one of those things. You know, get your little pack of bobbers. You know, and hooks. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. You know, you don't need the most expensive things, like I said, you know, and that's what I see a lot of people do, and I can tell them, you know, you can catch just as many fish off a little Zebco slingshot for $10 as you would for an Abu Garcia rod combo for $50. You know, you can catch just as much fish on it. But yeah, I might actually do a little fishing on a budget video at Walmart or something later on when school's over, so I might do that, you know, go fishing on a budget, like $25 budget. Yeah, I might even make it a $10 budget just for the hell of it. But yeah. Also, well, something you can do if you really are on a budget is forget the rod and reel. Just get your spool of line and some weights and hooks. You can go catch fish on that, you know. Just go dig up some worms near that body of water and, you know, put a split shot on there. And then, a hook. You know, you can hand line it, you know. You know what you're doing. You can look up videos on YouTube about that. But, you know, that's a great way to catch fish and for really, really cheap. But, yeah. And remember, when you go buy worms and all that, I like to do that. But, you know, sometimes, you know, you can just go dig yourself up your own worms. And that's a lot cheaper. But, you know, I like to do it, just buy them for the convenience factor, you know. Saves time, you know. But usually when I dig up worms, it's for like those white grub worms. I don't waste my time with night crawlers because I can never find them. But no, I can find them grubs easily. Those are good bait for bluegill and small panfish. Also, when you go fishing, you ain't always got to go for the biggest and the best fish. You know, if it's one of those things you only got enough money to catch a few bluegill or crappie or something, that's all you got. You know, so if you want to fish bad enough, you want to eat bad enough, then by God, you'll do it. Yeah. Something also I'm gonna do another video about is part 2 of this, but this is like the materials you need to cook your catch. I'm thinking I'm gonna do, but one thing I can guarantee you do not get the cheapest is your propane stove, camping stove. Because sometimes I like to catch and cook right by the water, and I bring my camping propane stove. My recommendation, get a freaking Coleman. That's a brand I know and love for years now. That's a brand I can trust, and anyone can trust, because, I wouldn't go, that's not something I'd be taking the risk for. Just get a freaking Coleman. It might be a few extra bucks, but hell, it's better than having your face blown off. But yeah, let me think. That's about it from this video. If I missed anything you want me to talk about in part 2 or in the live stream later tonight, comment below. But yeah, that's it for this video. Remember, the live stream will be out this tonight sometime. Not sure when. And if that don't happen, it'll happen by sometime this week. But it should be happening tonight. But we got some storms coming through. I can't guarantee that'll knock out my Wi-Fi, because lately that's been happening when the storms come through. Is my Wi-Fi gets all fucked up and then I can't do shit. Oh, also, didn't name it Rose Session Part 2 of YouTube, but it's basically what it is, about their new policy. But I posted a new video about that. That's up now on the channel. Should be, but yeah. That's it for me. Y'all know the drill. Like, subscribe to join the Redneck Army. My Redneck Army. And yeah. That's about it. Make sure you tell your friends, family, subscribe, come check out the channel, and yeah. That's it for me. I'll catch you on the next one.